He changed the language of the electric guitar and rewrote the rules of rock. At 27, he was the most dazzling guitarist on the planet, fearless, brilliant, and magnetic. Yet on a damp September morning in 1970, Jimi Hendrix was found dead. The official story pointed to accidental asphyxia and drug overdose, but a swirl of conflicting reports, unexplained gaps, and unanswered questions turned his passing into one of music's enduring mysteries. Tonight we trace the last days, the evidence, and the theories that still surround Jimi Hendrix's death. Born in Seattle in 1942, Jimi Hendrix rose from humble roots to global stardom in the space of a few years. After moving to London in 1966, he formed the Jimi Hendrix Experience and exploded onto the world stage with a sound that fused blues, rock, and avant-garde noise. By 1969, he had headlined festivals, rewired guitar culture, and become a symbol of creative freedom. By 1970, Hendrix's life was a swirl of touring, recording, and changing personal relationships. The Experience had disbanded. He was experimenting with new lineups and musical directions. Alongside his genius came exhaustion, substance use, and managerial pressures, a pattern not uncommon among artists of the era. Late August 1970 saw Hendrix performing to enormous crowds at Isle of Wight, a performance many call electrifying, but also physically demanding. The tour that summer involved long travel, late nights, and intermittent rest, circumstances that, combined with his heavy use of alcohol and drugs, created the conditions for crisis. In mid-September 1970, Hendrix traveled to London. He spent his final night in the Samarkand Hotel, some reports name other nearby accommodation, dining with friends and associates. Witness accounts vary. Some saw him upbeat, others recalled he seemed tired and had been drinking. Between late-night conversations and a morning of missed calls, the timeline becomes crucial and also unclear. On the morning of September 18, 1970, Jimi Hendrix was found unresponsive in the Samarkand Hotel's apartment. Accounts state he was discovered by his girlfriend and a chauffeur or assistant, depending on the report. Emergency services were called. Attempts to revive him failed. Official reports concluded he died from asphyxia due to aspiration of vomit after taking barbiturates, essentially an accidental overdose compounded by respiratory failure while intoxicated. The coroner's inquest attributed death to inhalation of vomit while under the influence of barbiturates. Barbiturates depress the central nervous system, impair reflexes and breathing, and when combined with alcohol or other depressants, can be fatal. The medical evidence in Hendrix's case indicated no obvious signs of foul play, no major external trauma, but that did not end public questioning. Confusion arose immediately. Who last saw Hendrix alive? Were there inconsistent eyewitness accounts? Some statements said he had dined normally, others recalled heavy drinking. People who helped move his body or were present gave differing timelines. Small discrepancies, differences in who made the emergency call, exact times, and the sequence of events became fuel for speculation. From the start, multiple theories circulated. The simplest, and the coroner's conclusion, was accidental overdose leading to asphyxia. Other lines of thought suggested negligence from companions or medical delay. Some conjectured foul play or an orchestrated cover-up, pointing to inconsistencies and missing evidence. While conspiracies gained traction among fans, investigators found no definitive proof of homicide. Hendrix's death occurred against a backdrop of widespread drug use in countercultural music scenes. Barbiturates, alcohol, and other sedatives were commonly used to sleep, numb anxiety, or come down after stimulations. While context doesn't explain individual choices, it helps explain how many top artists became vulnerable to accidental overdoses. The world mourned. Jimi Hendrix's music only grew in influence after his death. Reissues, tributes, and countless guitarists citing him as a defining figure. But the questions lingered, not necessarily to indict anyone, but to understand, how does a cultural icon fall so abruptly? For historians and fans, Hendrix's death remains a cautionary tale about the human cost of fame, the dangers of sedatives, and the limits of public knowledge.